right. Well, moving on now, we're going to the fixed income market. This particular one, despite an inflation rate of 21.7% year on year, investors were willing to place their bet on Nigeria's 364-day tenor treasury bill at a 7.3% yield during the January 11, 2023 auction by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And then it just appears investors are willing to settle for a loss on their investments, although the 7.3% rate represents another shift northward, being the highest rate in 35 months. Let's start with you. Why is this so?
No, you are saying that they are ready to bet, which I've shown because we saw for subscription in this offer. No, that's why
it was massive. The oversubscription was massive.
That is why it's good for us that it's massive, because the fund that is coming from there is going somewhere. If we subscribe, there is fund available. We can't keep your fund waiting. That means it's fine to find a way to equity space. Why the yield is fine there. For me, that for those that are playing your Treasury B, you know, Treasury B that the day you are putting out your money, you are paying your upfront of 7.30%. That you can't change it. That means your money has to stay for 1 year in that portfolio. That means when it's coming, inflation go to 30. What your investor cannot buy you.
But why the oversubscription then?
It's just because people are trying to play safe because of what the political environment was. That is simple as that. But people don't understand the terrain. Let us say in any uncertainties, there's opportunity. People don't understand that they won't buy equity because those that are fearful, as I said, are looking the world of what a safe haven where they don't want anything. That is it.
Well, some analysts have projected that inflation will probably slow to about 16% in 2023. Do you agree with that? Do you think that's...
Well, I will agree with that, but not to that extent of 16%.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts?
I'm seeing a little bit, maybe around 19.5, 19%. Yes, looking at what is going on in the economy. Because, yes, the president himself is talking of revamping the economy before he leaves.
How many months?
Well, we're going to be seeing so many things they will be doing to see the results as quickly as possible, and certain things they've done before. Yes, I said this, I think, on this same platform some time ago, that what you cannot do for 5, 7 years, you want to do it within. Yes, if you look at the average student, it's when the exam is very close that they begin to, do so much and all that. But the players in the economy, they are ready to support the government to see that the last minute things they are going to do that will kickstart the economy. Of course, market players will support them, as we always support any policy.
But what are the factors people are looking at? I mean, analysts like you are the ones who are saying that it will slow down. What are the factors you're considering?
Looking at what we have seen from the stock markets, we have seen that kind of returns. I don't see anywhere you get that kind of return. The last 2-3 months, you've seen what stock market investors have gotten. Now, you are seeing the, the fixed income market. You are seeing that rates is coming down. And when rates are coming down, of course, even the CBN, if they do that, yeah, so-called, I don't want to say so-called.
Yeah,
MDCBT, I don't expect them to increase rates again. So once that is being, and like I said, the government of the day wants to do last-minute things to ensure they kickstart the economy. And once rates are down, of course, inflation has no choice. Inflation too will come down. Then you see more and more SMEs coming to the market, coming to produce, and you will see more things being produced. And of course, prices are expected to come down.
All right.
Yes.
That's actually
I'd like you to also put to that, consider the Dangote refinery, which will be exactly.
I will put it up. But according to what you just said, for me, for you to do what we call, the last minute rush to repair the economy, I think that one is not achievable in the next 4 months. Because if you are really serious government, for the first 4 years, if you look at your strategy, where you have failed, that is why I tell you that every government or every manager should have 3 months movement in your plan. So that when it is not working, we're able to frame it and put, add one and move on. But if you have stayed for almost 7 years and 6 months, now the remaining 4 months, you want to change and I don't see how it's going to work. 1, 2, also, this year we're having a 2 administration this year. Yes. The last one will have on the 29th of May. That one will go, new one will come on the 29th too. Do you see it? That means the budget we have just said I was signing, the one coming will not just leave that budget. You want to add to it so that you can do 1 or 2 things. That means we expect to see, as inflation, for me, is not going anywhere down this year. I'll tell that. Why I say so that already we're around 21.47. If by December we're still around 21 or either 80 or 90 something, for that. Then in January, we're expecting to slow down, not declining, flat, because in January, activity is always low. Is it not that month to go? For February, election is around. You spend money again. And when you spend money on election, that also impact your inflation, because money is being, as engineering, electionary activity is going on, you are spending. As from February, it starts to impact also. That is another one. And also, the government that want to overnight change the economy, want to spend money on security so that we can do the election. On that, I don't see inflation slowing down now. The only thing I see that inflation will go higher after removal of subsidy, because if you are planning to remove subsidy by June, now let Nigeria be basing off that inflation might hit 30%. Why I say so, because if you remove subsidy and fuel become 400 naira or 500 naira, on the first one the price of goods will go up, but going into the future to start coming down. As you just mentioned that Dangote refinery is coming on board after commissioning on 24th. You know that they want to do test run, not automatically just flow into production. After the commissioning on the 24th of January by God's grace, before the end of February, we'll start hearing. But the good thing is that they're going to buy their crude with naira in Nigeria. They're going to sell in naira. That is that the pressure we're having on our external reserve will slow down, and that also help us to manage the external reserve. That's another plot. Also, the subsidy budget we're having about 4 trillion for the 6 months.
Yes.
If that's also channeled to another development project in Nigeria that will turn around life of people, that's why I said in this year we have two governments, the one that will lap, and for that, for us we'll see a lot of kind of change. For investors that are smart should take advantage of all this reset that are coming, because they're going to be policy shift within this year. Because as the one is going, the one that is coming in, whoever comes, either Tinubu, Atiku, Obi, will come with a policy shift, because they don't want to start on the foot of what is going to be done. Because if you check all the indices, the places that they have passed, they're where they are fully, and for you to survive as a leader, you must find out to manage everything and move on. For me, Nigeria 2023, I think it's a good one for local investors that understand the market. Like you just said, knowledge is key. This is the time to use that knowledge, and also don't be an island of your own self that you know it all. Meet people that understand this market, share ideas with them, they guide you, then you make money.
All right, very quickly, let's look at the fixed income. Now, United Capital PLC has launched a Global Fixed Income Fund. Now, talking about this, the investment bank and financial services group United Capital is kicking off the new year with the launch of its new mutual fund, the United Capital Global Fixed Income Fund. It's a specialized open-ended dollar-denominated fund that invests in securities and Eurobonds, and is floated by the federal government of Nigeria and other sovereigns, as well as top-tier corporates, money market instruments, and alternative investment assets. Ambrose, I'd like you to talk about this before Charles says something.
Yes, I would say, UCAP, for me, these two guys, they are very proactive, and I like their movement and the way they manage their thing. In Nigeria, it's one of the best run or manage their company. I'll give it to them, whether they are here or not, because I've seen from their numbers how they have performed the last 5 years. They listed on the exchange. Being to take another dimension to go into dollar, and the euro, for me, it's okay. But one thing that they should also understand that, yes, because we are not a dollar or euro dominated economy, and when we invest in such environment, with what is happening, I think people are thinking that, Access Bank dollar or euro denominated bond is bringing the highest return. It can turn anytime because it is one of exchange. That means whoever that is coming up with this kind of product, I know that they are proactive, they understand the market, but you also investor that will pay into, because what they mean that you are giving them money to manage on your behalf. That all this fund is that people pulling their fund together, you oversee it as well. They see that you have knowledge, you have the expertise, you have people around you to do it, which is good. But for me, this is the time for people to go forward for knowledge. If you understand what they do, you can still do it on your corner and make money, because you'll be flexible than when they are doing billions, only that you don't want to take it, that's why you are putting it on them. Let them give you, and anything they give back to you is what you give, because at the end of the day, they say, this fund, we're paying 2% of profit, we're paying 30% of profit. Fine, but if you sit down your own and invest, that's why I say, go and look at the billionaires today in the world. It's about that have their own fund investing. I mean, I believe that Nigerians should also understand that it's good that they have good strategy. Fine, I go with them, but you as an individual know why you're investing.
All right, very quickly.
Yes, for UCAP, yes, they've made their mark in that investment banking space. They are doing quite well. Of course, it's an offshoot of one of the subsidiaries from UBA, and we know what that group is doing, Pan-African Bank. Yes, coming up with this kind of fund, I mean, it's fixed income. Yes, like he said, it's a mutual fund. That is, people contribute fund and you invest. Yes, one thing I would disagree with Ambrose will be, once they manage that fund for you, you are sure of professionalism. Then again, you are going to pay them for that. You are going to pay them for their professionalism, of course. What the risks you can't take, they will do it for you, so you are safe. So, and of course, there will be a lot of accountability, you know, because the fund, I'm sure, has been registered with SEC, is approved and everything. So you will see professional managers managing your funds for you. All you just need to do is just to pay them some extra for their professionalism. And of course, whatever returns they have made is going to be fixed. They will give you. You can't complain because that is what you have agreed with them. Yes, you coming to do it, or you might not be able to do it the way they will run that fund, because I mean these are professionals. There are other benefits again when these professionals run your funds for you. There are a lot of benefits, diversification. They can invest in so many other fixed income instrument products and all that. But for you, you are interested in that fixed return they want to give to you. Yes, it can also serve as diversification for you as an investor. You don't want to be too heavy on equity. You want to say, okay, let me just invest in this UCAP product, because on your own, your money might be too small. So by the time
I'm looking at, for an ethical investor now, what are the things you need to consider before putting your funds into things like this? Yes,
of course, you look at what they call the ESG, environment, social governance, or that you look at the funds or what they're going to invest that funds on in terms of whatever products. Are they environmentally friendly? You look at the social, the workers there, are they taking care of the workers? The governance, are they ethical in terms of what their profitability, what they are doing, and all that corporate records. Governance? You know, are they transparent? Are they open? These are the things. Yes, I have been in the I'm an advocate of any investor. You want to enter the stock market, scrutinize, use this criteria. This investment I want to do, whether it's a fund or it's a company you want to invest in, look at this criteria. Are they sustainable in terms of the environment? If at the end of the day they are using that your fund to invest in a company that is producing arms and ammunition, then that is not being ethical, because you are an ethical investor. You want your 1 naira to support sustainability on this planet, preach peace, and at the same time profitability, because you are not just investing, it's 3 P's, 3 bottom line: the people, the planet, and of course profit should take the last stage, because if there is no planet, you cannot invest.
just to add to, before we move to the next question, what is it? I didn't condemn the fund. If you look at the fund for the whole year, for most of the funds that are already in the market, the highest was 13% for the year. The mutual funds record, you can have access to it, look at it, and they will return for the year. And equity market alone return about almost 20%. That is, I'm talking of the fund. If the fund return about 13%, you as an investor, if you are making money elsewhere, you can make more than that 13%. I didn't say that you should not go in as a
No, I didn't say that.
I didn't say you should not go in. It's a choice for you. Tell you that knowledge is key.
You know, he's always comparing.
No, but that's the essence of investment.
That's what I'm saying. He's always comparing.
Knowledge is in this case, the fund is for those that don't want to take risk again. As I've said, they don't want to take risk. They want it to be. But if you understand the market, you don't need to, because I said for a whole year that return that is the highest. If you go down some of the fund return 2%.
But do you agree with me that the stock market really, for the everyday man, it's a lot of work? I mean, having this knowledge and all that, it's a lot of work. So some persons who are not ready to do the work will rather, just give it to fund managers. Just go ahead and do what they want to do.
If you have knowledge, but one thing is that if you want to take trading as a business, there's a way of doing it. I can if it's your business, that is where you pay your fees, you feed your family, you do everything. You don't do it with second hand. You need to
as a side of it's now your professional trader.
Even though you are not chartered, it's there. That's your source of income.
That's true.
All the things needed. Like I started this year, I said the first thing I said in my class this year that 1, you must have plan. 2, you must have what? Tools. No, can't go and meet any doctor. I tell you, you're okay. Doctor has to take you. Or if you go and meet a herbalist, You will just go to one place and do come out. If you want to make money, no. If you don't, actually, if you look at something for you, hey, this thing. You also, as a trader, if you are not having tools to trade, you are just following the bad work in the market. You must have tools to trade. I say, one, you must have two tools and strategy.
Okay.
This trading, if you have it, good to go there. If you want to do trading as a business, there's a training for that. You must have understand your fundamental, understand your technicals, also understand what market's feeling. Understand the world economic cycle.
Market psychology.
Also understand the state of the market.
Very quickly now, Access Bank is no longer going ahead with the acquisition of the Kenyan Sydian Bank, and they have said it's because some of the requirements and some of the things they were supposed to, probably meet and all of that, they've not been able to agree fully on those things. So both parties have agreed to just let it go. I'd like to take your thought, because I remember when that news came to light. I mean, we were happy about the acquisition.
No, actually, at this stage now, say that Access Corp has understand acquisition and merger to a level. When they see that this place we are going, there's no headway, I think turning back is the best thing to do, so that you invest where you can grow your what, expand your what, your bottom line. The groups will invest where will add value to what, to their bottom line. If I invest where not add value, it doesn't make sense. If at this point, the two parties are okay, we can't go further from here, and they're packing out, for me, it's a good one. That means let them expand business and grow the point, because now the top line is already good. We are smiling, we're smiling. Let this thing reflect on their bottom line, so that investors that are having confidence in them, faith in them, to start smiling. Because as we're expanding, we also put them in hope that but now if you are backing out from this kind of move, that means that you want to look at what you have already to do it very well. That's why, as you expect from Access, for me, it's a good news for the market, because they didn't waste the money. They know the money is we're backing out for. That means the money still start back to your business and continue.
All right, very quickly before we go.
Yes, before we even came on set, we discussed it, and,
yes, sure.
and what was my position?
About the same thing, really, yes.
Yes, because I mean, Access for me, it's they are masters when it comes to acquisition, and if they are seeing that we cannot continue with this, acquisition, then there is something that they have come to see, and of course, yes, they are very transparent in making it open to they send that communication to the NGS, yesterday, and we all saw it, and for me, it's good. Again, I want to emphasize that you can see that the NGS now is so open that information comes at a time. It's not before. The information will come. It's only myself and some privileged people like Ambrose will get that information. But now, that kind of information is direct to everybody. So you can see that the NGS is trying to ensure that we have a transparent market, efficient market, and a market that is open for everybody. So I'll give them kudos for that. The management of Access is the Access Corporation now. I give them kudos, and of course for the NGX.
All right.
Again.
Very quickly, we need to go now.
Okay. Yes, for investors, this is a new year. You already have your plan. Knowledge is key. If you want to, I've said, if you want to take trading as a profession, it's not the way you just tell your stockbroker to invest and all that. I would also advise you go for CIS diploma course.
All right, thank you. Well, we'll take a break now. When we come back,
thank you.
But you can now go for his
it's all right. Yes. When we come back, we turn our attention to the earnings of select insurance companies. Stay with us. We'll be right back.